Okay, so full disclosure, I was not planning on actually doing a video today. I was actually in the middle of a Harry Potter marathon before Hogwarts Legacy comes out, I just literally finished Chamber of Secrets when I saw this news. Let me know your favourite Harry Potter film down in the comments below, and let's talk about some good old crossover goodness. Hello and welcome to FTTR, I am Hugh McQuaid, and today we are talking about Impact Wrestling and New Japan Pro Wrestling's crossover show, Multiverse United, Only the Strong Survive. But before we dive into that, please hit subscribe, please like this video, please let me know your thoughts on this show down in the comments below, and I will try and reply to every single one of them. But yeah, we're talking about a big old crossover. So Impact Wrestling and New Japan have announced that they will be doing a show on March the 30th entitled Multiverse United, Only the Strong Survive, featuring inter-promotional dream matches from both promotions. Now, I dabble in both. I dabble in Impact and I dabble in New Japan. It's a lot of time to invest because there's a lot of wrestling, so I obviously don't know the ins and outs of current storylines in Impact. I'm more familiar with New Japan, but this sounds like an absolute banger. So they've actually announced, they've done a press release for this show, and they have announced some of the matches that are going to be on the card, 3 in particular, and oh my word, it is mouth-watering to say the least. So we'll go with the first one, which is Moose taking on Jeff Cobb, two big old hosses going at each other. That to me sounds like a banger, and a match that you wouldn't particularly expect. Maybe they've wrestled before, I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm excited to see Jeff Cobb versus Moose. That sounds extremely exciting. Extremely exciting. I think their styles will work really, really well together. And just for the fun of it, I see Moose coming out on top with this one, but I think that'll be an absolutely cracking match. The next one is Impact World Champion Josh Alexander taking on Kushida. Again, 2 names that I wouldn't necessarily put together, and I am excited for that. I'm excited for that. Sort of, they're similar, but they're different. Obviously, Kushida's got a lot more high-flying style, being a Super Junior and stuff like that, but he's also very proficient in technical wrestling and submissions. Josh Alexander's good with that. He's also good with power moves, so I think that will actually be a really fun dynamic in terms of a match and how they work it. So I'm very, very excited for that. But let's talk about the big one that we want to see, and that is Speedball Mike Bailey versus Will Ospreay. So these two haven't had a match since August 2022. They had a match in Rev Pro Wrestling here in the UK. This could be, again, match of the year. It's Will Ospreay involved. Of course, it could be match of the year. But Speedball Mike Bailey is a highly, highly underrated wrestler when it comes to just outside knowledge, because he's been tearing it up on the indie scene over here in the UK, over in GCW, and in Impact Wrestling, because I've been out of his way to see his matches. The match with Josh Alexander, that was very good, wasn't it? And they're just going to tear the house down. They're going to absolutely tear the house down with this match. It's going to be absolutely fantastic, and Will Ospreay will continue that trend of having just an all-time great run this year. He's had incredible matches after incredible matches. The Kenny Omega match, the Tai Chi match, everything has just been off the chain good. He's appearing over here in the UK at 1PW soon. So there's going to be a lot of Will Ospreay in Best Wrestler of the Year talk, as there usually is. So they're the few matches that have been announced. There's also been, it's going to be taking place on March 30th, so the end of March, obviously. That was a stupid thing of me to say, wasn't it? Of course it's the end of March, because it's March 30th. It's taking place in LA, so if anyone here is watching from LA, have fun at this show. But it just seems like a really, really exciting event, and I'm glad that New Japan are they've obviously had the working relationship with Impact Wrestling, because they've had a lot of Bullet Club stuff happen in Impact. They've had a lot of talent go across. But there's a lot of promise in this. There's a lot of promise in more Forbidden Door stuff. I think this, to me, I don't know if it solidifies it, but I believe from this we'll probably get a Forbidden Door 2. this year as well with AEW, because I think following the success of that, maybe they're open to doing a lot more cross-promotional events and stuff like that. And shall we just go through and name a few dream matches we'd like to see from Impact versus New Japan? Ooh, I haven't actually thought about this beforehand. What would I like to see? Bully Ray versus Minoru Suzuki. Could be tasty. Could see about that. Obviously, you've got... I don't know if they'd be able to do this. Jordan Grace versus Mercedes Moné. That is absolute money if they can get that to happen. Who else is in Impact? Matt Cardona's over there. Matt Cardona versus Okada. Why not? If you can get Okada, maybe that would be fun. There's a lot of good matches that could come with this. And it's just exciting. We love crossovers. We're in a world of crossovers. Everything's crossing over with everything. So to get this news, it's a show I'll definitely be checking out, regardless of if I'm a fan of the promotions. Because, like I said, I dabble in them. But the Speedball Mike Bailey Will Ospreay match has immediately got my attention. So good way of marketing it. That's been my breaking news video. I'm hella excited for this. Let me know your thoughts on the show down in the comments below, and I'll try and reply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.